Ahsoka, I am so sorry.
For what?
For letting you go. For letting you get taken. It was my fault.
No, Master. It wasn't your fault.
I should have paid more attention. I should have tried harder.
You already did everything you could. Everything you had to do. When I was out there, alone, all I had was your training and the lessons you taught me. And because of you, I did survive. And not only that, I was able to lead others to survive as well.
I don't know what to say.
I do. Thank you, Master.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? Should I have? It's a ship that made the castle run in less than 12 parsecs.
So hey everyone, and welcome to
Castle Run Weekly.
My name is Danny.
I'm Heather.
And today we have an exciting show for you. We are back with Holocron Book Club. I know it's your favorite. It's my favorite. It's Heather's favorite. So we're actually talking EK Johnston's Ahsoka. So really exciting stuff.
Yes.
I really love the book so far. But before we get into the book, I kind of want to talk about my weekend a little bit. Are you down with that?
Sure.
So, well, first off, I got some goodies in the mail. So I want to say thank you to 800 Pound Productions for this sweet Loth Wolf pin right there. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of a glare.
Yeah, we
There you
got
go.
it.
So yeah, so the sweet Loth Wolf pin. And then my best friend in the entire world got me some pretty sweet stuff too. Heather sent me these. Surprise. I have a coloring book, guys. It's a Star Wars coloring book. It's freaking awesome. For those of you who may be listening and not watching for later down the road. So yes. So lots of cool stuff. See? I don't even know what page I just opened it up to. Ah, hey, Chewie. I think that's Chewie. That's Chewie. Sweet. And then I got these fancy coloring pens. Coloring pencils. It's really cool. So I'm really excited about all my stuff. And also this weekend, I got to go to KamiCon, Heather.
I know. That's so fun.
It was a lot of fun. Not up my alley, but it didn't make it a bad con. Because I'm not an anime person. I mean, I could try it. I think the only anime I've ever actually been into was Full Metal Alchemist. Way back, me and my brother used to stay up real late to when Adult Swim would just come on, and that was the first thing that would come on, so we'd watch it and then we'd go to bed and everything. And so it's memories more so, but it was a great anime and everything. I've never been able to get into another one, but this was an anime convention, not a Star Wars convention. But we found Star Wars fans everywhere, and we got to hang out with the 501st all weekend. Met a lot of cool people. For anybody who plays Overwatch, there were a lot of cool Overwatch cosplayers. One of which I wanted to tell you about that. I don't know if you know anything about Overwatch or not.
I have the game. I've tried it.
I didn't know you had the game. We should be playing. But anyways.
I don't play.
That's
the
true.
last video game I enjoyed, guys.
You enjoyed Battlefront 2 a little bit with me, though. Like a little bit.
Yeah, for 2 whole sessions.
Two whole sessions. But yeah, so there was this one cosplayer. She was dressed up as May, one of the characters from there and everything. And she was just kind of hanging out in front of the 501st table. And I went up to her and was like, hey, can I get a picture with you and of you? And she looked at me. She goes, really? Oh, thank you. I was like, of course. Like, and if you guys saw the story on our page yesterday, like, she was a really good May. Like,
She was a good
yeah. It looked really, really good, and like I was shocked that she was like, "Oh my gosh, really?" Like she was the sweetest person I met. Like it was just cool. But I met a lot of cool cosplayers, a lot of new friends. Met a new podcast that actually you might be up your alley. Bards and Nobles. It's a Dungeons
Ooh,
and
yeah. I
Dragons.
looked at their feed and I thought about following them on my personal Instagram because I am a big D&Der.
Oh yes. I actually told them all about you.
Up there somewhere.
I was like, oh, my co-host would love you. But yeah, so I haven't, in all fairness, I haven't listened to their podcast yet, but they were really cool guys to talk to. They hung out with BB90 for a little while because we had the droids out and everything. But we had a good time. We had a lot of fun. My legs are feeling it still on Tuesday.
I bet your whole body's feeling it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, it was just I could feel it in my calf muscles because on Saturday you had to park like 3 blocks away to get to the convention because on top of Comic-Con you had Disney on Ice and some random volleyball tournament of something. And so it was like
I'm sure it wasn't random to the volleyball people.
Probably not. But it was the perfect event storm. So yeah, but yeah, I did a lot of walking, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. If you guys haven't already, you can check out on our Facebook. I uploaded all the pictures I took from Comic-Con. Some of them are even on our Instagram as well. And so if you want to check those out, I definitely encourage it. So cool. So
I'm looking forward. We have a con coming up in Lake Charles, Louisiana,
cool.
that I'm going to go to, and the boys are going to go to. I don't know what I'm going to wear yet. We'll see.
Well, clothes preferably. No, just teasing.
Yeah, but
it's that.
Well, it depends. I've been to those. Some people don't wear clothes.
As long as
I've only been to one con, so
as long as you have some strips of EVA foam somewhere. No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, over here.
Just right here on your shoulder. Just that's some emblem.
Frank.
What character are you? I don't know. Oh man, so cool. That'll be cool. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So cool. So let's go ahead and get started. I think.
Yes.
Sweet. So we are talking Ahsoka by EK
Yes.
Johnston. Very, very exciting. Heather, do you want to kick us off?
I thought it was funny overall that all of the Star Wars tropes are in there. We've got a bad motivator on the second page. I have a bad feeling about this. We even have a lost limb.
Yes, we do.
So it's all there. So it's Star Wars. But yeah, I really liked it because we get to see someone's connection gone again. I mean, yeah, we saw it with Kanan. But he didn't even try to connect with the Force. So we see someone trying to connect with the Force and other Force users and unable to. And she shows that she is a tribal person by nature, and that has been stripped away from her.
Yeah.
So many times.
So many times. Yeah. So, I mean, like, this book starts off with, we get a little glimpse into the Siege of Mandalore, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
But, I mean, like, even before then, like, you've got, I mean, all of what she went through with the Jedi Order. I mean,
even before that, I mean, she had to be sent to the slavers, and then finally she found the Jedi Order, which she had to walk away. She didn't have to, but she walked away from because she lost, and.
Well, and I thought it was interesting too. Like, she actually almost was taken by a false Jedi as well. We saw that in the Clone Wars. I think Cad Bane posed as a Jedi at one point. And then there were other things like that. But yeah, so I thought that was really interesting that this is a common thing.
Yeah.
Well, you need like Jedi licenses or badges or something. I don't know. I'll just tease it. Well, it doesn't matter now.
Well,
but
she's
anyway,
not a Jedi.
That is true. She's not a Jedi.
Would have felt wrong about calling herself a Jedi anyway, because I mean, she did walk away, and what would have happened if she would have been there?
Yeah.
Probably nothing. But she doesn't know that she might have turned the tide with Anakin. She might have been able to be there for him through his pain to keep him from turning.
And I wonder that too, because that's a what if show that I definitely want to do one time, because obviously Ahsoka is not a part of Revenge of the Sith in any way, but you see the way that she reasons with Anakin throughout the Clone Wars and how she's there for him. She keeps him from going over the edge multiple times when he's literally almost there, about to do too much, and she's there. She's there for him. Which, I mean, to some degree, it's gotta be Anakin controlling himself. So I get that.
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
but
that's
she helps.
what friends do.
Right.
they sit there and they have meaningful conversations with each other that, you know, I saw a post, and we'll just hope that whatever person ambivalent being that posted this isn't watching. But I saw a post where it's never explain yourself, because your friends don't need it and your enemies won't believe it. And I'm like, okay, I can see how that is kind of pseudo motivational.
Yeah.
But it's totally false. Our friends are the people we do need to explain ourselves to, because they're the ones that'll understand where we're coming from, and they can show us how bull hockey we are sometimes.
That's true. I never thought of it that way. I had heard that saying before. Actually, I always like that saying too, but
I don't like it. To me, it's you know, amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
I love that.
Because a true friend will tell you when you're being a poop.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And if you don't listen, that's kind of your bad.
Definitely. Anakin absolutely needed that, for sure.
He needed it. He needed that friendship, and he lost his friend because the other person that thought he was friends with them, you know, he didn't have that friend connection with,
right.
You know.
Yeah, the connection between him and Ahsoka was absolutely different.
Yes.
It was borderline along daughter, but at the same time it became best friend. Well, no, so there were times. There were times where it was like a father-daughter where he was really teaching her how to be.
Mentor situation.
Yeah,
right.
Mentor situation, yeah. And then a lot of times it was best friend when they finally gained that respect for each other.
Right.
Because she was a brat in the beginning. She was definitely a brat in the beginning. But
aren't we all?
Grew. I mean, we all are. I still am from time to time.
I was. I still am a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, just seeing her growth with Anakin and everything. I mean, I think that's huge on her, and I think she would have really been able to help him. Now, talking about the first of the book with Siege of Mandalore, I was wondering what you thought, because I wasn't really sure on the timeline of it. They had said that Anakin had to leave to go save Palpatine. Was that Revenge of the Sith?
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of when he would have left to save Palpatine. Well, I guess it would have been if he had heard about Mace and all them. So I wonder if it was at that time when they were confronting Palpatine that Anakin was like stepping in, because, you know, Anakin didn't walk in until conveniently Mace was standing over him with a lightsaber. Everything works out for Palpatine, except for getting thrown down a reactor shaft. That didn't work out for him.
We'll see. Episode 9's coming up.
Oh my gosh. Palpatine Snoke. No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, your Snoke theory sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, so I thought that was really cool, because that's what I was thinking, is that it had to have been Revenge of the Sith. So I don't know. That's kind of cool. Like, we know where Ahsoka is in the third movie.
Yeah.
Kicking butt on Mandalore. Yep. So what did you think of the whole Siege of Mandalore scene?
I really liked it. I liked that she still had that connection with her clones. And they weren't just clones. They were people.
Right.
Because that's one of my big things with a disposable army is they're still people. My coffee pot just went off. Wah, wah. But they're still people, you know, and
yeah,
she could see that. She could hear the different inflections in their voices, and
yeah,
you know,
I did like how she talked about the clones. It was very endearing, like they were her family. I mean, they were her family.
They were her family.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't allowed to have attachments, you know, as much as she could be attached to them, she was.
Well, and even still, like, I feel like, I know throughout the Clone Wars, she even mentioned something about attachments. And even says that Master Anakin says that, or has shown her that it's not always bad to have attachments. It's that unhealthy relationship, which is what tears up Anakin. That unhealthy. No, I'm
But
not gonna let
that's-
you go for anything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the fear though that the Jedi have instilled is don't have attachments, because there's a line there
Yeah.
once you cross it, but then you forbid someone from something that is an inalienable part of them,
Right.
because we're beings meant to attach to other beings, and
Right.
so
Kind of defeats the purpose there. But yeah, especially now, you mentioned something earlier before we talk, especially with Togrutas. Did you want to talk about that? Talk
I
with
did.
With with Ahsoka and the family.
I did.
Oh,
I said they're tribal, and she was never meant to be alone.
oh, I missed that. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry about that. So, anyways, a live show, guys. So, anyways, but yeah, so
I'll
Siege
hop
of
in
Mandalore.
TARDIS and I'll go back and we'll edit that.
There you go.
Except that you're not allowed to like go back in your own time stream.
Oh, you can break the rules though, right? So yeah, but the Siege of Mandalore, that's a battle I want to see on screen, whether it be TV or movie. Like, I want to know more, because obviously we get where she's facing off Maul, which she outsmarts him, puts him in a ray shield. I thought that was pretty great. But like, I just want to see that. What led to that and everything. I guess it would have been more of the Republic just stepping in, to take it from Maul and the Shadow Collective. I don't know. That just seems like a battle I want to see, though. For
You
sure.
should make it. You should make it happen. You should go out there with your toys and pew pew.
Absolutely.
I know you got enough pops.
I got one or two.
You could have all your pops in a row as the little clones, and like
I do
you
have.
could have a Spider-Man clone.
That's true. That's true. You know, imagination and such.
Well, I mean, they all had different decorations. So hey, one of them could be dressed up as Spider-Man. You don't know. You didn't see every clone.
That's totally canon. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so Siege of Mandalore was awesome. Or
Yes.
the little bit that we got and everything. And then we move forward towards the Farty family. I feel weird saying that name. That's the childish
careful.
part of me. Yeah. But yes, the Farties that Ahsoka is staying with, or not staying with, but is around, I guess, the family that got close to her.
Right.
Ahsoka's name is peculiar to me. Ashla.
Mhm.
That's the same name as the god that Zeb and his family worship. I don't know if that's a relation. I don't know why she would even know something like that.
I don't either. I
but
figured it
yeah.
was close enough to her real name, but
Yeah.
far enough away.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like the I'm trying to remember what species Zeb is. It's escaping me right now. But yeah, so because remember it was in the episode, I think it was in the first season, yeah, where he found his family. Didn't know they even existed anymore or anything. And they were praising the Ashla. Is what
Yeah.
it was. So yeah. So I wonder if there's a connection there. I thought that was interesting.
And now you got me wondering what the species is.
I can't even remember. Lasat. Lasat.
Lassant.
Yeah, Lasat. Yeah.
I'm out of coffee.
Oh no. I'll give you something to screen. No, she's. But yeah, so we've got Empire Day and everything. And I feel like a lot of the story that we've gotten so far, like, yes, it's propelling its own story, but it's more so. I like the inside exposition. I guess that's the good way to say it. That Ahsoka is having throughout these entire moments. So it's like, because I mean, the situation or the scenario that she's in. She's here with the Farties and they're celebrating Empire Day. The whole planet celebrating Empire Day. It's kind of like, cool. But what's more important in these parts is what she's talking about Empire Day means. And what it is and why
It's
we're
the
selling.
first Empire Day.
Yeah, the very first Empire Day. So the first one after Order 66, which obviously is kind of a big deal to her, especially since especially since she can't find anybody. She can't connect with anybody in the Force, and it hurts her. It scares her, especially with Anakin, because she keeps talking about the special connection they had, and it's gone. Like, at this point, she hasn't faced down Anakin. She doesn't know where Anakin is or what has happened to him. All she knows is that she can't find him, which scares her. So I don't know. What did you think of it?
I have to get through this particular part, and we're live. You build a connection with people, and then they're just gone.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out how to move forward through that situation without them or any chance of ever getting them back.
Yeah.
And, like, not all families are awesome. Some families you get.
Yeah.
Because you choose them and they choose you. And when you lose that family, it's devastating.
Yeah.
And then to lose all of them all at once and to totally have to cut yourself off from something that you've had for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'd imagine that's devastating for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am enjoying seeing the kind of the glimpses into Ahsoka's mind, because
Yes.
I feel like that's what more of what this book is showing us where she's at.
Right. It's not really an adventure story to me.
Not at
To
all.
me, it's a reckoning of someone that has lost so much and how it goes back to my New Year's resolution. Her heroes are gone. She has to become her own.
Right.
And she has to decide what kind of person she's going to be.
Right. And I feel like she's in that just survival mode right now. I just need to stay alive,
Right.
and everything. And so, I really
She's doing and not trying.
That's true. Don't turn that on me now. No, she's.
No, it's not turned on you. I'm in do mode right now myself.
I feel you.
I am doing, just
Yeah.
trying to survive. And I've quit trying.
I got you.
So it's like you lose a huge chunk of yourself when you stop trying. Because then when all you do is do, then you're just surviving. You're not living.
That's true, and that ends up being a huge theme throughout these first 10 chapters as well.
Exactly.
Huge, actually. Man, I love your insight. Like, why can't I think of cool things like that? And I'm just teasing. But yeah, so I mean, like, she leaves the Farties and everything because obviously the Empire makes her nervous.
A little bit.
It's time to move. So she leaves the Farties on Empire Day and heads to a lowly little planet, moon, actually.
Moon.
Yeah, Raeda.
Raeda.
Yes, so she kind of thinks that she's just going to kind of disappear into nothing and nobody's gonna whatever and all this other kind of stuff.
What could the Empire possibly want with Raeda?
Yep, little
They
farming
want
moon.
everything from everyone. That's what they want.
Just take.
Take.
Yep. But yeah, so she meets Caden, who shows her the house, all that kind of stuff. Who gets a little too close, a little too personal with her. I love the little part where she was just like, I don't know why, like, I don't remember exactly how she said it, but to the effect of, in some cultures, sitting on one's bed is a very intimate thing, and here she is just sitting on my bed. Like, does she think we're that close? Like, what's the deal?
But what's funny to me is that she wants it, though.
She does.
She doesn't want it.
Yeah. She knows she shouldn't want it by her standard.
Right.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to have that connection.
Yeah.
But she still wants the connection.
Oh, yeah. Well, and she's quickly, like, forced into their little family. and she doesn't even realize it because all of a sudden she's their best friend that they've seen forever. Talks about how the shopkeepers act like they've always known her. Everybody's accepted her in, even though she's the only Togruta in the entire colony. Oh, no, she's not the only one. The bartender, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as like the Togrutas are a rare thing around there. So like they're all staring out because she made mention at one point where all the cantinas she's ever been in have been, I think she called it transient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where it's just been.
But this isn't a transient town. This is This is a place that when you come here, you work, you go out and have dinner, you have a good time, and then you go home, sleep, and then you get up and you work your butt off and you do it all again over and over. So all they have is each other.
Definitely.
So when you have just each other and that's all you have and all you care about, because money is really not, I mean, it's important,
it's goods, yeah.
But really what they want is they want to eat, they want to live, and they want to be together.
Yep. Which is not what she was expecting at all. But it's cool though, because it's almost kind of like, because she's trying to put up those walls, but Ahsoka has always, to me, has always been a warmer character, quicker to try to save the person that they're not supposed to save, going out of their way to save the person who may have been considered collateral damage and all that kind of stuff. Just very warm.
Because she could have run and she could have gotten in her ship, and instead of flying it around the moon, she could have just flown away. Yep.
Exactly. Sorry if you hear my dog. He's around here.
We don't.
Well, there you go. But yeah.
They're mad because they're stuck on the other side of the apartment.
Oh, nice. But yeah, so I really like, I don't know. I really like everything about the family with Caden and Miara and all of them. I don't know. I like seeing Ahsoka trying to put up those walls, trying to be the cold, keep my distance, but like it's almost like they just don't see it. Especially Caden, she's just kind of like.
Well, she's not very forceful with it because that's not her nature.
Right.
She is the more outgoing and caring one. Yeah. So it's hard to go against your entire nature, even if your life depends on it.
Exactly. I knew it was coming too. But anyways, exactly. Moving on. All right. So, but yes. So, I like how she keeps reaching out in the Force too, even on Raeda, where it's like she's not going to do it again. She's not going to do it again, and then she does it again. And is like recalling her Jedi training and all that kind of stuff, talking about how she couldn't remember what Master Yoda said about the plants in the Force, or different things. Like it's almost like she's trying to pull back and hold on to as much as she possibly can before she lets it all go, because it's like she's at war with herself. Personally, I think so. I don't know.
Definitely.
It feels like she's at war with herself as to, okay, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to be this person. I'm going to be this person, and kind of things like that. 1 second. All right. But yeah, and so, and then also, now I'm wondering, was it a vision that she was recalling, or it was just a memory with Rex?
I would think, a memory.
I think it was part of her meditation, but it was something that kind of came back to her. And that's the thing is, like, most of her meditations, they seem to be steering one way or another. Because you were actually talking about one of them. I'm sure I'm out of order right now, but you were talking about one of them with the caves. Did you want to go over that?
The caves weren't memories.
Well, that was no, not memories. It was through the Force. Well, all I was saying is, like, through the Force, she's been seeing different things. So recalling different memories, or out of nowhere seeing things that she doesn't understand, and things like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, she's going in the caves, and she's found her perfect place for herself. And then she starts looking around and wondering if there's a network of caves. I wonder if it's got a fresh water supply. I wonder if there's storage. I wonder if how many people I can fit in here. And then she's like, why am I thinking of this? Because I'm alone.
Yep.
And then the Empire shows up. Wah, wah, wah.
What timing, though?
Yeah. Well, it's a junior novel. I mean,
well, of course. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm really enjoying like all the things. I do want to talk about the Rex scene though, because I thought that was like that was heartbreaking to me. With all that, like, so Rex in this scenario killed her. Didn't actually, obviously, but Rex killed her, and she visited that gravesite where her lightsabers were left, and everything, because they left them there. It had a false date, false cause of death, false everything, because obviously she's not dead, but it was to save her. What it reminded me of was when they reunited in Rebels. To me, that makes that reuniting like all the bigger.
yeah.
And I was just kind of like, man, to be the one that, because I mean, obviously he knew the truth, but everyone else, I mean, can you imagine the ones who still had the chip that were like, oh, great job, kind of.
Well,
like,
I mean, yeah. Think of Cody.
Yeah. Yeah, like Cody. Yeah.
Think of all of their shame for as long as they got to live after that. They lived in shame.
So do we know if the chip was immediately turned, like they remembered what happened?
I don't know. I don't.
Because I know in the
I
Darth
would
Vader
think
comic,
that at some point, I would think that, you know, even though they followed their orders and everything, they're going to come. I mean,
well, the reason I say that is because, like, I know in the Darth Vader comic, I think in #1, Vader meets a bunch of clones that are on a Jedi outpost, temple outpost or whatever, and they're talking about killing Jedi and all this other kind of stuff, and like it's nothing, like it's talking shop. And so that's why I was kind of wondering if, like, once the chip hit, was that it? Did they?
It might have been. I always considered, you know, that, you know, but in the book, they're talking in Revenge of the Sith. They're talking about the reason the chip and everything is that, and the Jedi didn't feel it coming, was because there was no ill will there. It was an order, and they did what they had to do, and and done.
Yeah, I can imagine how devastating that had to have been, for sure. It makes me want to see where Cody is right now, to be honest with you. It makes me want to know where he's at, what he's doing, and if he is still Cody. Because after that chip, that's it. Good soldiers follow orders. So, but yeah, so I mean, it raises, like, all of this raises a lot of questions about Order 66 and life after. And I like that we're getting a glimpse of that in this novel. But yeah, no, the Rex and Ahsoka relationship, though, back to that, like, that strengthens it all that more for me. Their reunion, that they finally get to see each other because they know what they had to do. They know what had to happen, and everything. And so, I don't know. I think it's really cool. I really enjoyed that scene. It broke my heart. But yeah, so, and then you said the Empire shows up. So yeah, so we get all the locals deciding that they're going to revolt against Ahsoka's careful advice.
Well, she won't tell them why. She won't explain to them why she knows. I mean, can you blame them? As much as they have brought her in and made her family, she has ostracized herself and done things behind their back. She's not told them, you know, and that's, I mean,
I don't know, though. I mean, I'm kind of on her side of that, though. Like,
I am too. I mean, she's done what she has to do, but they have to do what they have to do too.
That's true. That's true.
They have no reason to fully trust her strategic abilities or her experience with the Empire.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing though, is like all of a sudden she comes up and decides, "Hey guys, I wanted to let you know that I'm a Jedi." Like, I mean, that's obviously not going to go over well.
You don't have to say Jedi. You can say, "Look, I came from this situation.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about, and if you value your life and your crops, then you can listen."
Yeah.
But she doesn't even want to let that much slip.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't either. Like I said, I totally get where she's coming from, but I get where they're coming from too.
Yep. The other thing that kind of not confused me, but I mean, like, it goes back to what you were talking about, how the Empire wants everything. Like, what does the Empire want? Everything. Everything at all times, everywhere. The crop production. Why though? Like, I guess, I don't know, preparing.
It's a very fertile world that's been extremely taken care of. They can get, their vitamin supplement or whatever it's called. Produced for nothing, basically. Take it, leave them with nothing.
Well, and that's what I was wondering, is if maybe it was something to do with growing the army. Because, I mean, this is shortly after Order 66, like you said.
Right.
We had the first Empire Day.
Troopers are still very inexperienced. They have a huge grip, but, I mean, it's this guy's job to find somewhere that nobody's going to care about. Small enough to produce this product, and then nobody care that they starve to death afterwards.
Right. So messed up. Dang it, Empire. But yeah. So cool. So, was there anything else that we missed talking about the book? Or anything else you wanted to talk about?
Can't think of anything.
Because, I mean, for the most part, I feel like the first 10 chapters were more the getting inside Ahsoka's head. I feel like these next 10, we're going to see some action from her, as far as, like, her trying to save them, even though they really don't want to be saved at the same time. They more so want to defend their world and fight back, which, I mean, I feel like.
But I mean, as a farmer, I mean, you're not a farmer. You work where you work. And we've had this discussion. Your health over your paycheck.
Yeah. I hear you.
Same thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, so I'm interested to see where the book's going to go from here. What are you thinking we're going to see coming up?
Oh, I'm hoping to see a lot more of the same, and I'd like to see more of Ahsoka's struggle and how she decides that it's no longer survival. It is, I'm going to survive enough to figure out how to become Fulcrum. And, I don't think she's going to be able to save a world from the Empire.
I am interested to see how she's going to take that scenario, because this doesn't feel like a win-win of any kind.
This is not a winning situation here. No. And she's going to have, I'd like to see how this propels her into the Rebels.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. I'm excited to see where it moves forward and everything. And to get a little bit more of what's going on in her head, too. I like seeing where Ahsoka's at mentally. That's been the most interesting part to me so far, is her recalling the memories of the things that we don't know about, and then how she's feeling and all this kind of stuff. So I'm definitely excited to see more of that.
Don't scan the book, guys, because each chapter, just so you know, has a few words at the beginning that are big and bold, and I did that, and
I think I probably did that too, because I'm trying to recall any of it, but yeah. Well, don't do what I did.
Don't do what I did.
But yeah, so cool, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us for our Holocron Book Club. Sorry for the connection issues. It's unusual. But we appreciate you sticking with us for sure. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll be having our book club again. I believe we're doing this, what is it going to be, 3 parts, 2 parts? I think it's 3 parts.
I think it's 3 parts.
Yeah, 3 parts. In preparation for the return of the final half of the season for Rebels. So, yes, we're very excited about it, obviously. And Ahsoka's obviously going to return, which is why we're doing this. Yes.
Yeah, 3 parts.
Cool. So, yeah, so next week we will be doing chapters 11 through 20. I almost said 10.
You almost said 10.
Chapters 11 through 20 of Ahsoka by EK Johnston. So read along with us, come hang out with us, talk the book with us and everything. Obviously, we're available on social media at Kessel Run Weekly, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you weren't able to join the live show, you can still talk with us on those as well. We'll be happy to talk the book with you there. But yeah, so did you have anything else?
I think I'm good.
Cool. And also be sure to check us out on CastleRunWeekly.com. All right, guys. And so until next time, my name is Danny.
I'm Heather.
And may the Force be with you.